In this world, power belongs not to the honest, but to the shrewd. Yet, most people sabotage themselves not through weakness, but through their own tongue. They reveal what should remain hidden, and in doing so, they place the dagger into the hands of their enemies. Today, I will reveal to you 7 dangerous secrets, truths you must never share, if you wish to protect your strength, your freedom, and your throne. In every age, from the courts of kings to the towers of modern power, men and women have risen to greatness, only to fall because of one fatal error. They could not control their tongue. They revealed too much, spoke too freely, and trusted too easily. Their own words became the rope that hanged them. This is the greatest weakness of mankind: the desire to be known, the hunger to confess, the need to share what should be concealed. And it is this weakness that has destroyed empires, toppled rulers, and exposed the powerful to ruin. If you are wise, you will listen carefully, because I will tell you why there are certain secrets you must never share. You see, most people believe their downfall comes from enemies, rivals, or unfortunate circumstances. But no, the cruel truth is this: the greatest betrayal often comes from your own lips. Speak of your ambition, and your rivals will sharpen their blades. Reveal your weakness, and those closest to you will use it to control you. Share your strategy, and it will be stolen before you have the chance to act. Men and women rarely perish because of what they conceal. They perish because of what they reveal. I will give you a warning in the spirit of Machiavelli. If you desire to preserve power, if you wish to walk safely through this treacherous world, you must master the art of silence. For silence is not emptiness, it is a weapon. Those who know how to remain silent can observe the moves of others, study the weaknesses of their enemies, and strike at the moment of advantage. But those who cannot control their tongue are like a fortress without walls, wide open for conquest. And history has shown again and again that a single careless word can undo a lifetime of careful work. Consider the court of princes in my time. Many men sought favor, competing for wealth, position, and influence. The ones who failed were not always the weak, nor always the foolish. They failed because they could not hide their thoughts. A careless boast of ambition reached the ears of the wrong man, and soon that ambition was crushed. A whispered confession of fear was passed into the hands of an enemy, and that fear was exploited. A careless insult, spoken in private, reached the one who was insulted, and friendships turned into blood feuds. Power was not lost through lack of talent, through lack of discretion. And even now, in your world of endless words, this danger is greater than ever. Think of your own life. How often do people speak openly of their plans, their dreams, their struggles, their weaknesses? They post them for the world to see. They confess them to so-called friends. They reveal them to colleagues who smile to their face but plot behind their back. This urge to reveal is nothing but self-sabotage. Every secret you share becomes a weapon in the hands of another. The more you reveal, the weaker you become. The less you reveal, the more unpredictable, the more dangerous, the more untouchable you remain. But here lies the great paradox. People will try to trick you into revealing yourself. They will say, "Tell me your plans, I will support you." They will say, "Share your weakness, I will help you." They will say, "Confess your fears, and you will be free of them." Lies, all lies. These invitations are snares designed to strip you of your power. For once you reveal yourself completely, you are no longer a mystery. You are no longer feared. You are no longer respected. You become predictable, and a predictable man is easy to destroy. Power does not belong to the loud. It belongs to the silent observer, the one who listens more than he speaks, the one who holds his cards so close that no man can see his hand. This is why you must learn to resist the temptation of confession. It may feel comforting to reveal your plans, your dreams, your failures, your desires, but comfort is the language of the weak. Those who are destined to rule, those who are destined to protect their strength, never exchange their power for comfort. You must understand, the world is full of spies, rivals, and opportunists. They wear the face of allies, they wear the mask of friendship, but behind the mask lies calculation. The information you give them will not be forgotten. It will be stored quietly, patiently, until the day arrives when they can use it against you. A weakness shared today becomes a weapon tomorrow. An ambition revealed in confidence becomes the justification for betrayal. A secret shared in friendship becomes the currency of gossip that spreads like poison, and once it is spoken, it cannot be taken back. A man cannot reclaim a secret any more than he can reclaim an arrow already released from the bow. This is the problem I will solve for you today: how to recognize the 7 most dangerous secrets you must never share. The secrets that destroy kings, that ruin families, that shatter reputations, and that strip the powerful of their power. You are about to learn the most valuable form of self-defense, the defense of silence. For when you master the art of silence, you will walk through this world untouchable. But fail, and you will be undone not by others, but by your own reckless words. Now listen carefully, for the first of these secrets is the most deadly of all. If you are to understand what I am about to reveal, you must first abandon the illusions that chain ordinary men. You must cast aside the fantasies of morality, of fairness, of virtue. For these things are spoken of by the weak to control the strong. The world is not governed by honesty, kindness. It is governed by cunning, deception, and the careful use of power. If you would rise above the crowd, if you would keep your crown safe from thieves, then you must think as I think, without mercy, without apology, and without illusion. Men are not angels. They are selfish, fearful, ambitious creatures, driven not by loyalty but by advantage. A man will serve you as long as it benefits him, but the moment your fortune changes, he will abandon you without hesitation. Therefore, you must never rely on love, loyalty, or good faith. They are illusions, fragile as glass. Rely instead on fear, on respect, and on secrecy. For men fear what they do not understand, and they respect what they cannot predict. Do not mistake me, I do not tell you this to make you cruel without reason. I tell you this because reality itself is cruel. To survive in this world, you must learn to play the game as it is, not as you wish it to be. The sheep who clings to virtue will be devoured by wolves, but the wolf understands men, who knows when to conceal and when to strike. He will endure. If you want power, if you want security, you must be the wolf. And the first step to becoming the wolf is to silence the tongue that betrays you. Understand this: the tongue is the most dangerous weapon in the world. With steel, you can kill one man. With words, you can destroy a kingdom. Words travel faster than arrows, cut deeper than blades, and last longer than poison. And yet most men treat their tongue lightly, spilling secrets, plans, and confessions as if their words have no cost. This is foolishness. Every word spoken is currency, and once spent, it can never be reclaimed. The man who spends recklessly will soon be poor, and the man who speaks recklessly will soon be powerless. But do not think silence alone is enough. You must master not only silence, but also deception. There are times when silence would reveal too much, when the absence of words draws suspicion. In such moments, you must speak, but never truthfully. You must learn to cloak your thoughts in falsehood, to mislead those who probe for your secrets, to scatter a trail of words that leads nowhere. The wise ruler does not simply close his mouth. He speaks in riddles, he speaks in shadows, he speaks in ways that conceal his true intentions. In this way, he disarms his enemies not by revealing truth, but by drowning them in illusions. Some will tell you this is dishonorable. They will say honesty is the mark of a virtuous man. Perhaps, but I will tell you this: the graveyards are filled with honest men, buried by their own virtue. The rulers of the earth are those who knew how to lie, when to lie, and whom to deceive. If you wish to stand among them, you must abandon the childish belief that truth is always noble. Truth is a tool, a weapon, no different than a dagger. You use it when it serves you. You conceal it when it weakens you. You twist it when it strengthens you. The world does not reward honesty. It rewards victory. This is the Machiavellian way of seeing the world: cold, unsentimental, practical. A friend is not a friend, but a potential rival who has not yet revealed his ambition. An ally is not an ally, but a tool to be used until he is no longer useful. A promise is not a bond, but a tactic to delay suspicion until you are ready to strike. To survive in such a world, you must accept these truths without hesitation. For the man who clings to morality as if it were armor will soon find that armor pierced. but the man who wears secrecy and deception as his cloak will find himself untouchable. The weak man says, "I will trust, for trust makes me human." The strong man says, "I will distrust, for distrust makes me safe." The weak man says, "I will speak, for openness makes me free." The strong man says, "I will conceal, for concealment makes me feared." Choose which man you wish to be. For history does not remember the weak, except as examples of failure. History remembers the cunning, the ruthless, the silent, and the victorious. Therefore, if you are to follow me, if you are to learn from me, you must prepare yourself to adopt this colder vision of life. Do not see the world as a place of honor, but as a battlefield of power. Do not see men as friends, but as actors wearing masks. Do not see truth as sacred, but as a blade to be drawn or sheathed depending on your advantage. And when you adopt this way of thinking, you will begin to see what others cannot. You will see the traps they set in their words. You will see the secrets they reveal without knowing it. You will see the power that silence grants you. And then, when the moment comes, you will know how to protect yourself from the single greatest danger of all, your own careless tongue. Listen carefully, for I do not speak to amuse you, nor to soothe your conscience. I speak as one who has seen men rise to the heights of power and fall into the depths of ruin. I speak as a survivor of courts, of councils, of betrayals and intrigues. What I tell you now is not written in holy books nor preached from pulpits, for such places demand illusions. What I give you is raw, unvarnished truth, the kind of truth whispered in dark chambers, behind locked doors, by those who rule and fear being ruled. The kind of truth you were never meant to hear. Do not mistake my tone for cruelty. It is necessity. I do not paint the world darker than it is. I reveal it exactly as it has always been. You may hope that men are loyal, that allies remain steadfast, that friends never betray. But I tell you, such hopes are the dreams of children. When fortune turns, when hunger strikes, when ambition stirs, loyalty evaporates like mist in the morning sun. The mask of friendship cracks, and beneath it, you see the hungry face of self-interest. You must understand this, or you will be devoured by those who understand it better than you. As your narrator, I will not speak in riddles of morality. I will not tell you how the world ought to be. I will tell you how it is. For those who listen to me, survival becomes possible. For those who ignore me, destruction is inevitable. Every word you hear from my mouth is forged from observation, from the hard lessons of those who fail to protect themselves. It is not philosophy, but strategy. It is not opinion, but survival. And survival, my listener, is the first law of power. Picture this: a court filled with noblemen, each smiling, each bowing, each speaking of loyalty. But behind their eyes, suspicion burns. Behind their words, treachery grows. Each man listens not to serve, but to discover what advantage he may seize. In such a place, to reveal your intentions is madness. A careless whisper becomes a rumor becomes suspicion. Suspicion becomes accusation. And soon, the very men you once called allies will move against you. I know this because I have seen it. I have lived among such men, and I assure you, the man who speaks freely in such a world does not speak long. And do not think this only belongs to the past. You live in an age where words travel faster than armies. What was once spoken in confidence can now be spread to thousands, even millions, in an instant. Every confession is recorded, every secret stored, every careless admission archived in 8,000 invisible ledgers. Your rivals need not sit in the court of princes, they need only to watch, to listen, to wait. And so the need for silence is not less in your time. It is greater. The walls that once contained words have crumbled. Now, a whisper can become a storm. This is why I must speak with the voice I use now, sharp, merciless, unflinching. Because the dangers you face are not distant. They surround you. They smile at you at work. They sit across from you at the dinner table. They speak kindly while studying your weaknesses. And they will not hesitate to exploit what you reveal. Therefore, you must learn not only to listen to me, but to let my voice echo in your own mind when temptation comes. When you feel the urge to confess, when you feel the comfort of sharing, you must hear me saying, no, resist, conceal, protect, for that urge is nothing but a trap designed by nature to expose you. When I tell you of the 7 secrets you must never share, I do not speak as a preacher offering moral rules. I speak as a strategist offering the tools of survival. I am not concerned with good or evil, with right or wrong. I am concerned with power, with protection, with endurance. For in the end those who endure are those who shape the future, while those who perish are remembered only as cautionary tales. And I would have you among the first, not the second. This is the voice you hear now, not one of comfort, but of warning, not one of illusion, but of reality. I will not flatter you as others do by telling you the world is safe, that people can be trusted, that openness leads to freedom. Such flattery is poison. I will do the opposite. I will strip away the lies you have been told since childhood and expose the harsh foundation beneath. And though this truth may sting, though it may unsettle you, it will also free you. For once you know the truth, you can never again be deceived by false promises. So when I speak, hear not only my words, but the weight behind them. Hear the voice of one who has studied kings and princes, allies and traitors, armies and spies. Hear the voice of one who has walked through betrayal, who has survived disgrace, who has seen the price of honesty and the reward of cunning. Hear the voice that does not plead, but commands. Guard your secrets as you would guard your life, for in truth they are the same. Now you are prepared. You have heard my warning. You have felt the weight of truth in my voice, and you are ready to confront the greatest danger to your survival. The danger does not come from swords, nor from soldiers, nor from tyrants, but from the words that leave your own lips. Every empire that has crumbled, every prince who has fallen, every man or woman who has been ruined, all of them, in some way, betrayed themselves by speaking what should have remained hidden. And so I tell you, there are 7 secrets, 7 pieces of knowledge that you must guard as if they were your very heartbeat. If you reveal them, you hand your power to another. If you conceal them, you remain untouchable. The first secret is your ambition. Never reveal to another the true extent of what you desire. For the moment you confess your dreams, they cease to belong only to you. They awaken envy in rivals, suspicion in friends, and fear in those who sit above you. Ambition confessed becomes ambition hunted. Keep your desires cloaked until the moment of achievement, and let others be astonished by your success, rather than prepared for it. The second secret is your next move. Strategy is the lifeblood of power, and once it is revealed, it is already defeated. A general who tells his enemy where he will strike is no general at all, but a fool. The wise conceal their intentions, feign weakness when they are strong, feign strength when they are weak, and reveal nothing until the decisive moment. To speak of your plans is to give them away. To keep them hidden is to strike like thunder from a clear sky. The third secret is your weakness. Every man has a fear, a wound, a flaw, but the wise man guards it while the fool confesses it. The one who knows your weakness controls you more completely than any chain could. Even those who appear to love you may one day turn your vulnerability into the weapon. Therefore, reveal nothing. Let your enemies wonder where to strike, and let them strike in vain. The fourth secret is your wealth. Men are drawn to gold as wolves are drawn to blood. Speak too loudly of your fortune, and you invite thieves. Flaunt your riches, and you awaken envy. But display poverty, or at least moderation, and you are left in peace. To be underestimated is safer than to be envied. Let others wonder what you truly possess, but never place your treasure openly before their eyes. The fifth secret is your shame. Confessions are chains you place upon yourself. What you reveal in weakness today will be remembered tomorrow and used to enslave you. Do not hand your enemies the keys to your prison. Your regrets, your failures, your sins, keep them buried, or they will be unearthed against you. To speak them is to surrender them as weapons into the hands of others. The sixth secret is your loyalties. Never declare with passion whom you trust, whom you serve, or whom you despise. For once you make your loyalties clear, you expose the path to your heart. Enemies need only strike those you defend to reach you. Allies need only fail you once to ruin you. In politics, in business, even in private life, the wise man moves with ambiguity, keeping all guessing where his true allegiance lies. In this way, he is free to shift with the winds of fortune without ever being accused of betrayal. The seventh secret is your true thoughts. What you truly believe about others, about their strength, about their character, must never pass your lips. Praise them when they are near, even if you despise them in your heart. Flatter the proud, conceal your contempt, and mask your judgment. For once, you reveal what you truly think, you make enemies where you could have made pawns. The wise man keeps his judgments locked inside and lets others reveal theirs freely. In silence, he gathers knowledge. In silence, he keeps his enemies close. In silence, he rules. These 7 secrets form the invisible armor of the powerful. They are not written on parchment, nor displayed like banners, but hidden within the silence of the ruler who knows better than to trust his tongue. To betray even one of them is to hand over your weapon, to weaken your defenses. Open the gates of your fortress to those waiting outside. Guard them, and you guard your throne. Speak them, and you sign your downfall. You have now heard what few dare to speak aloud. The world does not crumble because of enemies alone, it crumbles because men betray themselves with careless tongues. Ambition revealed, weakness confessed, strategy exposed, wealth flaunted, shame admitted, loyalty declared, and thoughts spoken. These are not innocent acts, but invitations to ruin. The greatest destroyer of kings is not the sword, nor the assassin, nor the army at the gates. It is the whispered word, freely given, foolishly spoken, and never taken back. You must now choose what kind of man you will be. Will you be as the masses, eager to confess, eager to display, eager to open their soul to all who pretend to listen, and in doing so, hand their enemies the very tools of their destruction? Or will you be as the few, the rare, the cunning, who understand that silence is power, that concealment is survival, that mystery is protection? The world belongs to those who guard their secrets, who smile and reveal nothing, who listen more than they speak, who act without announcing. Do not be deceived by the gentle words of those who tell you openness is virtue, that transparency is strength, that confession is freedom. These are lies crafted to strip you of your defenses, to make you weak, to make you predictable. The man who reveals everything is no man at all. He is a book to be read, a map to be plundered, a fortress with its gates left wide open. But the man who reveals nothing, he is feared, he is respected, he is untouchable, for his enemies stumble in the dark, never knowing where he stands, never knowing when he will strike. Remember what I have told you. Guard your ambitions, conceal your moves, hide your weaknesses, bury your shame, mask your loyalties, disguise your wealth, and above all, silence your tongue when tempted to reveal what you truly think. These 7 secrets are your shield against the treachery of men and the cruelty of fortune. Lose them, and you are lost. Keep them, and you will endure when others fall. The wise conceal, the foolish confess, and history remembers only one of them.